Well, welcome to the program, Sally, and lovely to have you here as President of the Tararua Federated Farmers area, which is great. I'd love you to tell us a bit about, I know you're in the Manawatu, southeastern quarter of the Manawatu, would that be correct?
Well, we don't like to be associated with Manawatu, actually. So we're sort of considered to be living on the dark side. So, yeah, predominantly a fish farm type area. We've got a big basin where we've got 265 dairy farmers and then about 400 hill country sheep and beef farmers. And then, unfortunately, lots of carbon forests.
And that is one of the issues, I suppose, the trees taking over the good productive land.
Yeah, big issue. You know, like a study done by Tararua District Council has shown that the impact from 2019 alone will be sort of about 2.1 million in local spending that's gone. So, you know, like you add another 3 years of planting on top of that and we're not looking good.
Have you noticed the community like dwindling in terms of numbers?
Yeah, look, what tends to happen is they sub off the houses and lifestyles think, oh, this is great. And then the trees grow up and it's that next sale where the district starts to depopulate because they recognise that you're going to be living amongst trees. So, you know, like it's not the initial, and it's the same thing with the stock numbers. They don't tend to drop fully for the first 3 years because it takes time for the plantings to happen. So, yeah, like I think that a lot of the impacts aren't fully appreciated as yet.
So this is one of the big issues facing, and of course a more immediate issue I know you're facing along with just about everyone else in the country, of course, is these winter grazing rules and the fact that there's no plans available for feed plans and winter grazing plans to be implemented.
Yeah, look, it's just a real frustration. You know, like there's estimated again across the Horizons region that there's probably 1,500 farmers using winter crops, and of those 1,000 are expected to need a consent, and predominantly triggered because of the 10-degree slope rule. But you know, MFE haven't got the freshwater farm plans in place, so that pathway is not there. So what we're going to end up doing is applying for a short-term consent. We don't know how long it's going to be valid for, and I don't think that necessarily there's, you know, like it would be just easier if everyone just put a hold on it for a year and gave us time to find that consenting pathway.
I know the Minister has suggested they'll go easy the first year, but that's all very well and good. Does it actually happen that way, you know?
Yeah, well, that's it. It's like they put the 60k speed limit on the Saddle Road and yeah, like you don't see a cop up there very often, but if you're the unfortunate driver that gets pulled over, you know, like you're acting outside the law. So we don't want to put people in that position. We don't want to make it that they have to feel guilty for what should be a practice that's acceptable.
Now you've taken on the presidency of Tararua, and what actually brought you to the area? I mean, how long have you been there? I know you had a teaching background.
Originally I was born in just out of Ikarahuna at a place called Alfredton. Can't believe I've ended up this close to home in later life, but yeah, look, have been around the world and have been around the country, and this was the best place, value for money, for a farm when Chris and I decided that we were going to go sheep and beef farming. And I think the Tararua is really a region that is predominantly first farmers, or it was an easier way for people to get into farming. You know, unfortunately, some people have recognised that value now, and you know, like we get the more established Manawatu type farmers trying to come over and get some runoffs or get some more land over here.
So you're enjoying the experience? I mean, it's been I imagine illuminating, getting to grips with I guess a whole new career.
Yeah. No, I am enjoying it. I lived in Wellington for 8 years, so the conversations with the urban population doesn't worry me. The regulators do worry me at times because I don't think that they've taken the time to get to know what we already have in place, and that's especially so in relationship to our existing farm plan, say within Horizons region were very thorough, and they could have been built upon rather than a Wellington-centric view coming in. And, they're now saying it could take 5 years before we have that pathway open to us.